The most unbelievable hour of television begins right now on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Veteran rattlesnake wrangler Jackie Bibby is risking his life, attempting a feat that will leave you gasping for air. Because in just a moment, this snake handler will stuff his mouth with 7 venomous rattlesnakes. Working with rattlesnakes is extremely dangerous. Just one bite can kill in less than 10 minutes. This snake wrangler narrowly escapes getting bitten. Because of the constant danger, paramedics are standing by. But even with medical treatment, survival is not guaranteed. Regardless, Jackie carefully gathers the poisonous reptiles into his hands, delicately positioning them, avoiding a snake bite. Then, in a move that could kill him, he inserts the tails of 7 deadly rattlers into his open mouth, allowing them to dangle wildly while onlookers watch in amazement. Incredibly, Jackie Bibby stares death in the face and walks away. Just witnessed this man place 7 killer snakes in his mouth. Now, Jackie Bibby may be going too far. He'll actually try to survive jumping in the sack with over 100 rattlers. A corpse holds its own skin. A cadaver split in 3. Real dead bodies turned into ghoulish creations by the artist known as Frankenstein.
I would say this exhibit gives a new approach to death.
She was a little dog on death row until one family's love transformed her into Superdog. Now, see if she can jump into the history books by jumping rope longer than any other dog in the world. Plus, this woman went shopping with a knife plunged deep in her neck and didn't even know it. The tongue twister, whose tricks are hard to lick. And Ripley's reveals how these sexy bellies are taking over the billboard business. Unbelievable? Believe it. On Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Welcome to Ripley's Believe It or Not, a place with a long tradition of documenting stories that you can't imagine with people you won't believe. Here's one for starters. Next time your car battery dies, here's an alternative to getting a jump start from a stranger. Simply take out the batteries from your flashlight and tape together, say 6,040 of them, and off you go. That's what Patrick Rummerfield did. You're looking at the hot rod affectionately known as White Lightning. And that's an appropriate name considering that in mere seconds, it can go from 0 to over 200 miles an hour. But believe it or not, even more incredible is the fact that this speed demon does not burn a drop of gas. This lean racing machine runs on C-cell batteries, just like the kind you buy at the store. And it's about to attempt an electric car land speed record.
Very few people can fathom a car going that fast on flashlight batteries.
Ironically, Pat Rummerfield's need for speed began as a result of a sports car collision when he was only 21 years old.
The doctors there only gave me hours to live. Told my father that I only had 72 hours to live.
Pat survived the crash, but the operation to save him would leave him paralyzed. The devastating news was tough to swallow, but Pat refused to let life pass him by. Day after day, he struggled relentlessly with physical therapy. Defying medical science, a man who was told he would never walk again was eventually competing in Ironman contests. But with his lifetime obsession with cars and going fast, Pat soon set his eyes on his next goal, building the world's fastest electric car and setting the record in the electric streamliner category. But using traditional car batteries would make the vehicle too heavy, so he teamed up with car designer Ed Dempsey.
This is not going to work. This car is going to weigh 8, 9, 10,000 pounds, if we do it with lead-acid batteries.
The two came up with an unconventional concept. Use small, rechargeable flashlight batteries to run the engine. Pat was willing to give it a shot, but to get enough power, he'd need over 6,000 batteries. After hours of planning, testing, and a new paint job, it was finally time to find out if the now red White Lightning had the power to take home the title. The C-Cell Speeder is brought here to the famed Salt Flats in Utah. And today, Pat not only risks failing at his record-breaking attempt, he also risks ending up in a high-speed crash like the one that nearly took his life.
One of the things that could go wrong is if we would get a massive amount of air underneath the car, it could flip upside down.
Undaunted, Pat gets strapped into the electric hot rod's hot seat. He's ready to roll. It's now or never for White Lightning 2. With a mind-blowing takeoff, the battery-powered rod rips across the flats. Within seconds, the one-of-a-kind car reaches 100 miles an hour. Can the experimental car possibly keep up the pace? After a minute of steady acceleration, White Lightning 2 is still going strong. Reaching the 200-mile-an-hour mark, Pat struggles to maintain control as the speed threatens to shake the vehicle off course. But finally, after traveling an amazing 7 miles in only 90 seconds, Pat has done it. And White Lightning 2 nails the world land speed record for an electric car, a stunning 245 miles an hour. That's faster than a Formula One racing car.
My heart was just pounding. The adrenaline was running.
Pat's White Lightning lives up to its name. But despite his success, Pat says there's still plenty of people who find it hard to understand his unrelenting need for speed.
Most people in the very beginning just kind of, look at you like, are you nuts?
There is one catch to the C-Cell powered vehicle. It runs out of power after only 3 minutes. Now, this is the basic model that art students use when they begin to study the human form and position. And when you think of the body as art, you think of beauty, fluid curves, and graceful movement. Well, all of that is about to be thrown out the window.
A recently opened art show has been shocking spectators with a graphic new series of sculptures. But these are no ordinary museum pieces. Believe it or not, all these works of art are created using actual human bodies. And some, like the plastinated body of an infant, are so shocking they're far too graphic for television. Anatomic art, as it's called, is the brainchild of German physician Dr. Gunther von Hagen. A man who sees himself as a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci, but has been called a real-life Dr. Frankenstein.
This exhibit gives a new approach to death.
In the past, similar sculptures were preserved using wax instead of plastic. But plastination, invented by Dr. von Hagens, makes the bodies more durable and easier to manipulate. Here's how it works. First, the donated corpse is soaked in formaldehyde. Next, it's placed in an acetate solution and frozen. Then, the body's cavities are injected with molten plastic. Unbelievably, the plastinated flesh can be sliced millimeters thin. Any part that isn't needed is simply scraped away. The entire process takes between 400 and 600 hours. And though plastinated corpses were originally intended to be learning tools for medical students, the doctor soon realized his handiwork had other applications.
I immediately foresaw that this new technology will revolutionize anatomical teaching, but I never thought that it will have such a cultural impact.
Here on display in Germany, the exhibit called Body World has attracted millions of visitors. The ghoulish gallery includes pieces like The Runner, The Fencer, The Expanded Body, The Pregnant Woman, even a rider on a plastinated horse. But perhaps no exhibit shocks people more than this one. A man who has been arranged to appear as though he's been scared out of his own skin, literally. The museum's steady crowds of visitors report a wide variety of reactions.
I was afraid that maybe I would get some nightmares.
It's very difficult. I mean, it's difficult relating the fact that that was a person who had a name and who had a life and who had a family.
And incredibly, some visitors have been so moved by the anatomic artwork that they've even offered to donate their own bodies.
Every week, about 5 people, mostly of them seeing this exhibition, donate their body for plastination.
Yeah, that one creeps me out, too. Don't go away.
How does this tribe remember its dead relatives? By hacking off their fingers and ears. Plus, what's got this guy climbing the Empire State Building like King Kong? And talk about getting tongue-tied.
I turn it over upside down and wave with it, kind of like a flipper almost.
Meet the guy lapping up lots of attention.
Oh my.
That and much more when Ripley's returns. Ripley's Legally Insane. We travel the globe in search of the most unbelievable laws on the books. West Virginia. Most states prohibit the consumption of roadkill, but in West Virginia, you can call it dinner. The state passed a law allowing people to eat the meat after it became a major sanitation problem for the local Department of Transportation. Any adventurous individuals willing to clean up these messes are allowed to take them home. Insane or not, it's the law.
Over 500 years ago, the sporting world welcomed a new game called golf. And though slightly modified over the years, it's stood the test of time, and Tiger Woods, to become the sport played by most Americans. Now, there's a new golfer's paradise near the North Pole. The biggest difference is that the greens are white.
When most people think of golf, they think blue skies, lush fairways, and relaxing warm weather. But believe it or not, there's one tournament that will have you teeing off straight into the frozen tundra. Welcome to the World Ice Golf Championship. Each year, 50 top amateur golfers from around the world gather in Anak, Greenland to test their skills on snow. The town, located 350 miles north of the Arctic Circle, is a place where temperatures drop to an unimaginable 60 degrees below zero, and where sled dogs outnumber people 3 to 1. In fact, it's so cold that fishing boats and ships stay frozen in place for 6 months a year, until the spring thaw sets them free.
I'm used to playing golf in a short sleeve t-shirt, not 10 layers of clothing, and I am absolutely freezing right now.
For 3 frigid days, golfers battle the elements, playing with rules that have been adjusted just for the icy conditions. Balls are painted a fluorescent orange for easy spotting. And players are even allowed to use rakes to help smooth out their putts. Also, due to the extreme conditions, only 9 holes are played instead of the traditional 18. Other differences include a hole which is 2.5 times bigger and a 25% shorter distance from tee to hole. And don't look for a ride in a golf cart here. Getting from hole to hole means trudging through solid ice. Today, on the final day of play, temperatures hit 20 degrees below zero, and the field of 50 competitors is narrowed down to 3. There's returning champion Anak of Denmark, and attempting to steal away her title is Sean Cullen of South Africa and Tom Farrell of the United States.
I don't think anybody in the world can beat Annika at ice golf. Tiger Woods, bring him on. I don't think he can do it.
During the final round, Annika, who is often touted as the Tiger Woods of ice golf, pulls away by a stroke on the second hole.
There you go.
While Tom Farrell lands this awesome 25-foot putt on the 6th. It's a birdie that moves him into second. But Annika is just too much. This queen of the frozen fairways begins to pull away from the pack, and by the final hole, finishes the frigid tournament a full 7 strokes ahead, dominating the field for the 2nd straight year. Annika's only prize? She gets to do it all again.
The thing is, I have a chance to come back next year, so that's great.
Now, there is one man that works at the Empire State Building who has earned the nickname King Kong. He risks his life scaling to the tip top of the towering landmark, not with a beautiful woman in his arms like the famous gorilla. Nope, he does it with a beautiful, curvaceous light bulb.
It's been a New York City landmark since its completion in 1931. At 104 stories, the Empire State Building is still one of the world's tallest structures. And for over 70 years, the beacon light on top has warned low-flying aircraft to steer clear. But when that light burns out, somebody has to climb to the top and change it.
We were approximately 1,450 feet above the city.
That man is electronic engineer and climber extraordinaire Tom Silliman. And today, he's taking Ripley's high over Manhattan to carry out a mission that would have most people frozen in fear. Always active growing up, Tom knew he was born to climb and scaled his first radio tower while he was still in college, constantly dreaming that one day he'd somehow get to climb the Empire State Building. In fact, his passion evolved into a business, maintaining towers all over the United States.
When you drive around the country and you see the towers with the red lights or the flashing white lights on them, we're the company that builds them.
Known for his unique experience, Tom's lifelong dream came true when he was asked to work on the Empire State Building.
I have to say that it's a thrill to work for that building and in that building because so many people recognize that building as a symbol in our country.
In order to try and prevent the bulb from burning out, Tom climbs the tower every 6 months to change it. His journey into the sky begins with a special elevator ride to the 102nd floor.
There we are.
16 floors higher than the observation deck that makes most tourists queasy. Once reaching this small room, Tom and his team gear up for the always unpredictable climb. These are the last walls workers will see as they continue their sometimes slippery ascent. And following in the 70-year tradition, first-timers must sign their names on the wall.
All right, let's rock and roll, guys. All right, everybody careful.
Once leaving the safety of their room through a small hatch, they start an even scarier climb up a 50-foot ladder. At 1,200 feet high, the crew reaches what's known as the ice shield. Here, there is no room for mistakes. Tom harnesses himself to the tower. Still, with unexpected equipment failures or gusts of wind and rain up to 110 miles an hour, the possibility for disaster is always present.
We've been up there when we've had to pull it off. We were shaking so bad.
Adding to the hazard is the fact that Tom must carry 100 pounds of additional equipment. And despite good weather, all that added weight threatens the stability of an already frail ladder that sometimes shakes 4 feet in either direction.
I love the wobble.
Finally, Tom reaches the pinnacle, 1,472 feet up. For most people, this would be a nightmare, but Tom is living out his dream. Amazingly, only moments after screwing it in, the switch is thrown and the familiar beacon shines brightly once again over Manhattan. With a job well done, Tom and crew head back to the safety of the building's interior.
Couldn't ask for much better weather. Wind wasn't bad, it wasn't very cold.
And while Tom knows that one day his high steel climbing career will be over, for now, he's enjoying every moment of his truly unique occupation.
The one nice thing about climbing, it gives you an incentive to take care of yourself, physically and mentally. That's kind of an advantage to me. I don't want to lose that edge.
By the way, this is the actual light bulb that Tom had to change. Thought it would be bigger, didn't you?
Next, the shocking security video that shows what no shopper noticed. A steak knife sticking out of this poor woman's neck.
People in the store we interviewed, nobody's seen it.
Also, the lady selling advertising space on their stomachs. And Superdog goes for a jump rope record you have to see to believe. That and more mind-blowing stories still ahead on Ripley's. Ripley's goes to the ends of the earth in search of the unbelievable. The Indonesian province of Irian Jaya is home to a tribe whose members still retain many ancient customs and rituals. But none are as shocking as this crude form of self-mutilation. Believe it or not, to mourn the death of a loved one, the Dani people will cut off their earlobes and their fingers. The death of a Dani calls for bravery and a long period of mourning. Funerals last for weeks, even months, depending on the person's social status. The mutilated body parts serve much the way a picture would. Every time they see their self-inflicted wound, they're reminded of their loved one. The tribal tradition is an earthly attempt to honor and respect ancestral spirits, to give part of one's life when another ends. Believe it or not.
It's a story so shocking and so unbelievable that if it hadn't been for a grocery store security camera, nobody would have believed this woman's nightmarish stroll to the store. Every morning, she walks to her local market, passing a crossing guard, school kids, and plenty of others on their way to work. But no one apparently noticed one morning that Shirley Petrich walked by with a steak knife sticking out of her neck. 62-year-old Shirley Petrich of Darby, Pennsylvania, had become accustomed to taking long, leisurely walks through her town.
Every day she would walk a route to go to the supermarket or to drop off her recycled papers.
But during an early morning walk in March, Shirley would suddenly find trouble along the way. Shortly after leaving her house for the supermarket, Shirley was stabbed in the upper back by a passing attacker.
We believe he stabbed her in a downward motion. The knife enters on her upper shoulder blade behind her neck.
This sudden and random act of violence leaves Shirley stunned. She looks around and sees her fleeing assailant vanish. But not noticing any blood and thinking she'd only been punched, Shirley continues her stroll. She passes person after person, yet incredibly nobody notices the handle sticking out of her back. Finally, Shirley makes it to the market, and and still no one notices. Incredibly, the first eye to capture the horrifying sight is the lens of the store's video surveillance camera. In these eerie and grainy images, you can see as Shirley pushes her shopping cart up and down the aisles, with the knife's handle clearly jutting out from her back. Amazingly, not even the cashier who checked her out sees the knife.
People in the store, we interviewed everybody in the store, nobody's seen it. There were people washing the floors, shopping.
Incredibly, the wound still is not bleeding. Only feeling a dull ache in her back and having no idea about the knife, Shirley begins the 20-minute walk back home. Now, for the first time on national television, Shirley relives the gruesome discovery she made when she got back to her house.
As soon as I got inside in the bathroom upstairs, I saw it.
Unwittingly risking even more injury, Shirley actually pulls the serrated blade back out.
It's not easy to get a knife out that's been stuck 4 inches in you.
Still in shock, Shirley manages to call 911. After spending 4 days in the hospital, she's left with a gash 4 inches deep. Doctors say Shirley's lucky to be alive because the knife only missed her spinal cord by ½ an inch.
When the knife went in near the spine, it almost came out here, and it did some kind of damage.
It took 3 grueling months of physical therapy, but today, Shirley suffers no after effects, having regained full strength and mobility in her right arm. And while she says she's more careful on her walks these days, Shirley still can't help but feel chills down her spine every time she sees the disturbing tape.
Yes, I saw it. It was kind of shocking to see myself with a knife in my back. It's kind of scary.
By the way, no fingerprints were ever found on the knife, and with no eyewitnesses, Shirley's attacker has yet to be arrested.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Chris Rhodes is your typical all-American guy. But the thing that makes him stick out from all the rest is his tongue. Believe it or not, Chris has the world's most talented tongue. When Chris was in grade school, he realized that his tongue was unusually long, well above the average person's 3-inch tongue.
It's about 5 inches in length.
As a way of entertaining his family and friends, Chris began performing tongue tricks. Often, he would do them just to get a reaction.
I get all kinds of reactions. I get people who are astounded. I get people who are completely freaked out. I get people that kind of get a wow look in their face about it, and that's cool.
Oh my, wow.
One of Chris's many tricks is the fold and wave. Amazingly, he can also swallow his tongue. But for the finale comes this tongue's most remarkable talent. Because while lots of people can touch their nose, Chris can actually lick his eyebrow. Let's hope he never gets tongue-tied.
Next, can Jackie Bibby become the first human to survive being bagged with a record number of rattlers?
You're never more alive than when you're close to death.
Plus, the jump roping dog going for an all-time record. And the human billboards guaranteed to grab your attention.
It's easier to look at pretty girls than to look at a billboard.
How these ladies are turning their abs into ads on Ripley's.
Many of the people who come to Ripley's want to make history. Jackie Bibby just wants to make it home alive. He's about to slip into a giant sandwich bag with at least 100 rattlesnakes that are very alive and very poisonous. At the beginning of tonight's show, you witnessed snake handler Jackie Bibby successfully stuff his mouth with 7 venomous snakes. Now he's looking to set a new kind of record by climbing into a bag filled with over 100 poisonous rattlers, a move that could easily end in a fatal fang-filled attack.
Oftentimes the snakes are crawling and they'll excite each other and begin to bite.
Growing up in the heart of Texas's rattlesnake country, Jackie has been fascinated with snakes since he was a teen. Today, he's considered one of the world's veteran snake handlers. But it's a rep that he has earned the hard way, having received bites so severe that he's been hospitalized 5 different times.
The pain involved in those bites is always in the back of my mind.
2 of them with heads sticking out on them.
Now Jackie and some of his snake wrangling buddies have gathered here at Billy Bob's, Texas, the world's largest honky-tonk. Jackie is trying to set a new record by getting inside this clear plastic bag with dozens and dozens of deadly serpents. A quick milking demonstration illustrates that these snakes and their fangs are very real. Rattlesnake venom kills living tissue on contact and can cause heart failure in only 10 minutes.
A rattlesnake will only strike at 2 stimuli. That's food and fear, and I'm way too big for them to eat, so if I don't scare them, they won't bite me.
Pumped up and ready to go, Jackie focuses on the main event, watching closely as more and more rattlers are loaded into the pit. As a precaution, Jackie's pant legs are taped to prevent any snakes from crawling inside. With the help of his assistants, Jackie gets into the bag. Paramedics with life support equipment are standing by. But if these rattlers get riled, Jackie could receive multiple bites before anybody could get to him. Handlers begin putting snakes into the bag one by one. Jackie must remain motionless. One move could cause these deadly predators to strike. 10, then 20. Soon, over 50 snakes are slithering their way around his body, seeking out the dark and warmth for protection.
Oh, man.
A special camera shows plenty of activity going on inside the bag.
74.
As more and more snakes are added to the sack, Jackie must try to finish as quickly as possible.
Is there still room, Ken?
He passes the 100 reptile mark. There are now 107 snakes inside the bag.
Now 107.
Jackie has tied the existing record. With another snake in, he's done it. 108 rattlers, a new record. But Jackie's not taking any chances, so just to make sure no one's miscounted, he goes for one more. Snake handler extraordinaire Jackie Bibby is kicking back in a bag filled with 109 venomous snakes. Now it's official. Woo! Jackie emerges, but not too quickly. Without a scratch, and with a new world record.
I've always been a firm believer you're never more alive than when you're close to death.
If you didn't have a phobia for snakes before, maybe you do now. Smile. You're on an extremely candid camera. Candid and so convenient that it can fit in your wallet. This is the world's thinnest digital camera. It's slimmer than your wallet, and unbelievably, it takes very high quality pictures. You look through the viewfinder right here, you point and click up to 40 times. Then you download it to your computer. Instant images. This prototype is now worth $35,000, will cost about $129 when it comes out in stores. You think this is cool? Well, then you'll really like this next story.
Meet Sweet Pea. Today, this amazing 2-year-old Border Collie mix, who walks a balance beam and climbs stairs on 2 feet, is looking to set a new canine world's jump rope record. But to do it, she'll have to beat the old one, an incredible 63 consecutive jumps.
There's nothing that she can't do. She's super dog.
Sweet, let's go.
At home with the Rothacker family, it's hard to believe this loving pooch was once in the pound and on the verge of being put down.
If we did not take the dog and try to train it, the dog was going to be destroyed, put to sleep.
Amazingly, after daily 4-hour training sessions at the family-owned dog kennel, Sweet Pea began to pick up some pretty cool tricks, even performing for kids with Alex, who dresses as Popeye.
Let's have a hand for Sweet Pea. She comes to my side.
Now top dog at Top's Kennel, Sweet Pea is ready to tackle the record for jump roping dogs. With paws in place, it's showtime.
Let's go. Hurry up, Sweet Pea. Hurry up. 2, 3 feet. 3, 4.
Sweet Pea must perfectly time her 4-legged leaps.
10, hurry up, 11, 12, 13, hurry up, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
19, 20, 21. This Border Collie makes it look easy.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, hurry up, 32, 33, 34,
35, 36, 37.
39, hurry up, 40, 41, 42.
Alex looks tired, but Sweet Pea's plugging away.
46, 47, 48, 49, hurry up, 50, let's go, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
And there goes the old mark of 63. How long can she go?
10, 1, 2, hurry up, 3, 4, 5, 6,
77, 78.
9, 10, 1, 2, 3. How many is that?
Finally, she stops at 83 consecutive jumps. She's demolished the old record by a remarkable 20 jumps.
Good girl, you broke the record. Good girl.
And after a long day of record setting, it's up the stairs, one step at a time, for a little well-deserved shut-eye. Sweet Pea, the amazing wonder dog, has finally had her day.
Next, advertising takes a provocative new approach. The cheerleaders using their midriffs to market merchandise. Plus, you'll never guess what this innocent-looking trinket was used for. The painful story when we rummage through the Ripley's vault. Next. You're watching Ripley's Believe It or Not.
We're used to being bombarded by advertising on buildings, buses, on television, and our streets. But believe it or not, one company has turned advertising into advertising by turning human bellies into living billboards. The inspiration for this revolutionary product pitch came when a group of ad men were attending a local sporting event.
We noticed that the dance girls had their midriffs showing, and we thought, you know, this would be a good way that we could do some advertising.
Knowing they could count on catching the eye of the fans, the belly billboard was born. After testing the idea, clients were jumping at the chance to advertise.
Actually, the first sponsor for the game kept saying, we'll pay more money to do this, we'll pay more money to do this, because they wanted to be the first one to ever do it.
As fans pile into the stadium, the cheerleaders get prepared. Part of getting their look together is applying each game's temporary advertising tattoos.
It's no different than advertising on a t-shirt. It's just that it's on our stomach and it's on flesh. We can take it off just like you can take off a t-shirt.
And each game, the girls have no problem finding takers for the tattoos they hand out. In fact, the girls with their belly billboards have become as much a part of the show as the actual game. And while for some people, using the human body for commercial space may be hard to stomach, the businesses say it's working.
It's not like a magazine ad where you see a quarter-page ad and you flick through it. These are lasting impressions on people. They're going to have them on for days.
Somehow, advertising will just never be the same.
What looks like an ornate metal teardrop struck fear when dangled in the face of those accused of a crime back in the Middle Ages. It was appropriately called the Pear of Agony. It's a torture device that worked like this. It was first heated, then this end was usually placed in the mouth. Twisting the ring would extend the red-hot prongs intended to sear the throat. That's where the agony part comes in. Unbelievable? Believe it.
Having trouble finding the hole?
That was the scariest thing I've ever done.
Only those with the guts.
All right, let's do this.
Win the glory.
I did! I'm so happy!
Fear Factor. Back-to-back episodes. Tonight starting at 7. Only on Chiller. Scary good.
This summer, spend a week at Camp Chiller.
What a bad camper.
See fabulous wildlife. Go for a dip. And make some new friends. Summer Camp Week starts tomorrow at 5. It all leads up to the Best Worst Night of Summer, featuring the Chiller premiere of Best Worst Movie. Scary good.